Hey guys, you know it's been almost 2 years since we had the engine in our trusty old Ford F250 bulletproofed at Bulletproof Diesel in Mesa, Arizona. And one of the most frequent questions we receive from you is, hey, how is Seymour doing? Today we're going to answer that question. Since having the work done, we have taken the truck literally from Key West, Florida, all the way up to Seattle, Washington, towing our Airstream travel trailer much of the time. We've put roughly 30,000 miles on the truck in that time. We've had it in the Rocky Mountains out west. We recently towed over Teton Pass, going from Wilson, Wyoming over into Idaho. And so the truck has been tested and it has passed every test with flying colors. With regard to all of the work that was done on the engine, specifically the bulletproof diesel parts, we haven't had a single failure associated with those parts. In other words, the FICM, the water pump, the big oil cooler, the EGR cooler. And we have had one problem with the truck that I'm going to tell you about in a minute because it's kind of a funny story. But that's not why we're here at Bulletproof Diesel today. Recently, we're on our way back east from the SEMA show in Las Vegas. We were in the neighborhood of Bulletproof Diesel in Mesa, Arizona, and we thought, what the heck? Seymour needs an oil change and some filters changed, so why don't we stop by and have the work done there by the experts? And so that's what we did. We got fresh oil in the truck. We got 2 new filters because you'll recall that this truck now has 2 oil filters. We have a primary oil filter that resides on the driver's side of the truck behind the fender, and we have a bypass oil filtration system that rides on the passenger side of the truck inside the front fender. I do still run Arch Oil additive, the AR9100 in Seymour, because I think it's good for the injectors. Really helped with our stiction issues back when we were having those issues. But you'll recall we got brand new injectors in this truck and they have worked flawlessly, and I'd like to keep them that way. So we try and keep our oil clean through filtration, and we try to keep that Arch Oil in the oil to help with any kind of potential stiction problems. So while we had the truck here at Bulletproof Diesel, we had the guys take a look under the hood to see if they see anything or find anything unusual going on with the engine. And they did find a crack in our coolant bottle. Like, it's a common failure point on the 6.0. And so we got a brand spanking new coolant bottle put in. Isn't it lovely? And we also had this little intercooler pipe replaced. Tube, pipe, hose, call it what you want, boot. Those are fairly routine 6.0 maintenance issues. At this point, the truck has 155,000 miles on the odometer. So we decided to go ahead and also change the fuel filters while we're here at Bulletproof Diesel. And yes, this truck has 2 fuel filters. And that's just the way they come from the factory. The truck pulls like a beast. I love driving the truck. It's still a lot of fun to drive. The turbo response is wonderful. I have enhanced confidence because you'll recall that the truck got a new head with head studs. It pulls like a new truck. And really, in a lot of ways, I feel it drives better than it did when it was brand new some 11 years ago. So I told you we've had one really significant mechanical problem with the truck over the past 2 years, and it's kind of a funny story. We were towing our RV rig down to Key West. We decided we wanted to stop for lunch, okay? Some people refer to manatees as sea cows. I don't do that, but I do refer to cows as land manatees. And we plugged in this seafood place for lunch called Dan's Clam Stand. Well, the previous week, like, the battery warning light had been coming on Seymour's dash, and I'd swapped out brand new batteries because I thought our old batteries had been failing. Here goes, drum roll please. We have a battery, a bouncing baby battery. All right, I'm gonna go swap this sucker. Yeah. And Seymour roars to life. So there you have it. Another fast and easy battery change here on Long Honeymoon. When things go wrong, the adventure begins. I think the adventure has begun.
Yeah, we're officially adventuring.
So we're riding along the highway on our way towards Tampa, Florida, when suddenly our air conditioning fails. Like it stops blowing cold air, and then it stops blowing anything. This thing just died.
Yep.
What's going on, Seymour?
Our air conditioner just died. Our radio just died.
Oh, there's trouble in the engine room, Captain. Then things on the dash started flaring up. The ABS warning light came on.
Then all the lights on the dash went out.
And all the lights on the dash went out. So guess what? We think our alternator has failed. Now this is the original alternator in this truck. It's been in there from day one. And it's got over 140,000 miles on it. So it's probably not a huge shocker. Sure enough, Seymour got us to Dan's Clam stand before dying in the parking lot. Like we pulled into the parking lot and everything went black. The truck was dead. Good news is the problem is not related to any of the bulletproofing work that was done. It's not a catastrophic problem. The problem is the alternator has died in Seymour. Seymour's got about 140,000 miles on the odometer. You got to know when you get out there, you're on the road, some things are going to happen. It's not always going to be sunshine and roses and swimming with manatees everywhere you go and every day that you go. But you know, when these things happen, you just deal with it the best you can and you move on. The original 11-year-old alternator had finally given up the ghost. And so we sourced a new alternator. We found one in an auto shop less than a mile away. And with the help of the chef at Dan's Clam stand, we managed to replace the alternator ourselves. George is like, okay, I gotta go back inside and cook some more clams. George works here at Dan's Clam stand. And he was really great. Oh, and by the way, the best part is there was an RV park attached to Dan's Clam stand. So we were able to get our trailer into a site. We stayed there for the night. We had a safe place to stay, and we got our truck patched up with the new alternator and got back on the road. So I think, obviously, if you're bulletproofing a 6.0 and it has a decade-old alternator, you might as well go ahead and swap it out. They're not really expensive parts, and they're not that hard to exchange. All right, so we're pulling out of Dan's Clam Haven RV Park in Cedar River. No, Crystal River. You can tell this is an unplanned stop because I'm still trying to figure out exactly where we are. Of all the places this could have happened, I still think we were very fortunate that it happened here.
Yeah.
Because the owner, Dan, is just a great guy, and he's got a great team working with him at the restaurant. He said that God must have led us to this place, and by the way, great little restaurant.
Yeah, the food was very good.
Dan's Clam stand, we ate here 3 times over the course of 24 hours, and it was excellent every time. When you get a truck bulletproofed, it's not a guarantee that nothing will ever go wrong ever again with the truck. It pretty much is a guarantee that all of those major points of failure, which were known points of failure in the 6.0 engine, will have been fixed / corrected / bulletproofed with improved, better parts. I certainly think overall it's financially prudent if you go look at the window stickers for brand new trucks, if you understand anything about the depreciation of a new vehicle, and you think about, let's say, 1 or 2 years of depreciation versus bulletproofing a nice 6-liter that gets the job done for you. I mean, for us, we've had this truck since new. We knew it was very well paired with our Airstream, and it performed very well. And so taking the step of bulletproofing the engine just made a lot of sense for us. I've been really pleased with the performance of it. It's been rock solid, reliable with regard to all the bulletproof parts. I have great confidence now when I go out and start the truck, even in very cold temperatures. And yes, you know, we've recently been in Yellowstone.
All right, so it's about 8:30 a.m. We're in West Yellowstone. Last night, temperature got down to at least 11 degrees Fahrenheit. Probably colder in the middle of the night. Probably our coldest night we've ever spent in the Airstream.
And I went out and cold started this truck.
A balmy 17 degrees outside. All right, Seymour. Wow. Instantaneous ignition. Now let's check out the engine oil temperature. That's cold. The oil is 32 degrees. Woo! That's a cold truck.
It fired right up without hesitation. So as far as Bulletproof Diesel goes, they're great people who work here, and I give them my highest recommendation because I know, like, if you come here, you're going to receive first quality service. These guys know what the heck they're doing. It's what they do every day. A lot of these guys could probably bulletproof a 6.0 blindfolded. They've done it so many times. They engineer and build the parts, and so if you can have it done here, you're dealing with the best. So that's what I got to say about that. All right, guys, as always, thank you for tuning in. My name's Sean. This is Long Honeymoon. If you like truck videos, be sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel because we'll be reporting more about good old Seymour in the months to come. Thanks, and lo ho.
Hi guys, it's Christy with Long Honeymoon. If you enjoy the videos that you see here on our channel and you want to help support it and keep it going, then shop our Amazon store. It's the easiest way to support our channel. It doesn't cost you a penny, and we get a commission on anything you buy. That's right, anything you buy that Amazon sells, we would get a commission. It doesn't have to be camping related. It can be anything. It can be speakers for your dad, or an iPod for your mom, or socks for your dog, whatever it is. We would get a commission as long as you start your shopping experience on our store through the link linked below this video. So go to amazon.com/shop/longhoneymoon, or you can go to longhoneymoon.com and click supply store. And then once you get in there, just go to the search bar to look for whatever you need that Amazon sells. Thanks so much. Lo-ho.
Planes. Tube hide pose boot. Sorry, these planes. Passing through a town called Clearwater, Florida.
Crystal Springs.
Crystal Springs.